Welcome to Success Superstars, episode number 74, and my special guest, Sue Ramminger from the Austin, Texas market. Sue, welcome.
Thank you so much, Mark. So good to be with you.
You know, I'm so glad to have you here and also to introduce you more formally as our next support broker servicing all of our agents out of Austin and all of our agents across JPAR as part of our broker support team.
So happy to be part of an amazing team. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. We're welcome to bring in part of the team and bring you into the leadership of the brokerage. So with that, let's get in real quick about your real estate. Now, you started in real estate, right about the time of the crash, right?
I did. I got a license in 2007, but did not go active for a number of years. So I just stayed on the sidelines for a little while because this was not what I saw for myself. I didn't think that I was going to be a real estate agent.
Yeah, what you really saw for yourself, you were intending to be an investor and to build your wealth through buying and holding real estate. And that's what you did, and that's what you continue to do.
Yes.
And you've been pretty successful in that, yes?
Yes, I have.
So, but you joined this brokerage before us, and you get involved in some HUD transactions, and your broker knew that you weren't going to sell, and you were kind of doing your own thing, and you get into your first transaction. Tell us a little bit about that and how you discovered something that really saved the buyer quite a bit of money.
My first transaction was a under $50,000 property way out in the country that no other agent with any good sense would touch. But I was with the hand up running out there. This property had a septic system, and half the septic was on property that HUD did not intend to sell to this gentleman. And so I discovered this problem, ended up fighting with HUD, and my client ended up with additional lots. So that was a turning point in my career. That's when I thought, I have a skill that can actually help someone. And
you were diligent and protected your client's best interest despite, basically a very small commission.
Yeah.
Wasn't about the commission for you. It was about protecting your client's best interests.
Yeah, I actually think that transaction cost me money out of my pocket because my broker at the time had a huge split. So, but it was, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. I would represent that person all over again.
So it's an amazing learning process for you, and you're probably still, in contact with that client, and they're going to do more business with you throughout the lifetime of their real estate buying and selling activity.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, so let's get into a little bit about you've switched from, obviously you're still doing your real estate investing and buying and owning properties, but now you're more representing clients in the traditional sales avenue. And tell us, how that's working and what joy you're getting out of that.
So I love it. From that original transaction, I knew that I was meant to work with clients. And so it just changed my focus. I wished I would have known the secrets to building your own business. I didn't know that. And everything that I intuitively discovered on my own was, my broker did not support that. She didn't believe at that time, she didn't believe in online leads. She didn't believe in a lot of the things. And so I wished, if I could go back and restart my career, I wished I would have listened to my intuition because I always knew that some of these things had to work.
Oh, interesting. And you didn't trust your gut because maybe someone else was telling you something didn't work, or so your intuition, you were second guessing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you really didn't have a mentor or someone you could reach out to kind of bounce ideas off on.
No, I did not. As a matter of fact, this was really scary, but within 6 months of being at that small little boutique brokerage, I became the go-to. I became the person that everybody called about contract questions. I became the person, and it blows my mind to this day. But because I didn't have business, once I decided, hey, I wanted to really work with clients, I spent all my time learning the contract, and everybody knew it at the brokerage.
So we can tell just by your stories so far that you are very detail-oriented, very thorough, and very invested in protecting your client's best interest.
Absolutely.
I mean, that just jumps out. That's your brand. That's your brand. I can just sense it coming across, our video interview here. So tell us about the lead sources that you do. Do you do online leads? Do you do sphere marketing? Do you do geographic marketing? Tell us a little bit about the lead sources that you are doing and what's working and what's not.
So I have not farmed, but I will farm in the future. I have a nice referral base. So part of my background in real estate is one of the very first things I did as an investor is I taught myself how to buy properties at the courthouse steps. And in those early times when I didn't have clients, I would hand out cards. And so I got an investor following. And so they became my first sources of business, was these investors that I was picking up basically on the courthouse steps. Mm-hmm. And so now, fast forward, several years into the business, now I still have a nice referral base, but I do love online leads. I love them. I think they're amazing, and you have to understand the psychology of them. They're not for everybody, mm-hmm. but I'm super successful on it. I just had a call with my Zillow rep yesterday, and I'm in a zip code that you should be getting 2 times your return. I'm getting almost 9 times my return. And right. He said, "Dude, this is not possible." And I said, "It is possible. You have to hustle, but it's possible."
Yeah, because you just have that go getter attitude. You obviously build great rapport over the phone, and you're in it for the client, not in it for a commission.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about, now obviously you're doing support broker work for us. Mm-hmm. You're doing your buy and hold business, and then you're representing clients. How do you and you have family? So how do you manage all of that and keep your sanity?
I love it. See, when you do something that you were meant to do, it's not work. And that can be problematic for family members because they don't understand. They're like, "Where's the off switch? What time do you clock out?" But I love it. I absolutely love it. And so I think that I'm so lucky that my family understands my need to do what I do. And I'm just really lucky.
Yeah. Well, tell us some of the habits, the daily routines, the things that you do that help maintain and propel your success.
So I get up every morning and meditate.
Mm-hmm.
I think in this crazy, chaotic world, we just need some time with nothing in our heads, and it's hard. It's hard. So for those people that meditate and do it well, I'm not even, I am in such awe of them because I meditate and I do it poorly. But that's how I start my day every day. And then I go through, and now that I'm part of broker support, I immediately want to grab the phone because I want to see what happened and who needs help in the morning. Mm-hmm. But yes, so every day I usually structure out, start out with meditation, just complete, quiet time. And then I go to what is the first fires to put out. And then I've got blocked times for appointments, for lead generation calls, right. Those type of things.
Now, how do you deal with, because one of the biggest struggles I hear from folks who try to attempt what you're talking about is the fires that come in, the incoming crises, the missiles. How do you deal with all of that comes in and still maintain your time blocking?
It's very difficult, and that's still a challenge for me. So of the things that I do and I'm successful at, I don't consider time blocking to be my strongest suit, just because I'm that person that wants to go and solve everybody else's problems.
Right.
So it's easily to get distracted. And then I end up making up those hours later on in the evening.
Right. So it sounds to me what I just heard, you have basically a daily action objective, a daily action checklist, and you get that done whether it takes you 4 hours or 10 hours.
That's right.
You just don't quit the day until those key items you wanted to get done are done for the day.
Exactly. No.
Okay, cool. Well, have you ever wanted to quit?
No, not one day. And that is shocking because I am the person that gets called with the most, it's not usually my transactions, but it's usually other folks' transactions that are very complicated. And right. Instead of going, "Oh my gosh, we should all, retire and go to the farm," I think it's amazing to figure out ways to solve problems. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I haven't had one day or one thing that has made me question what I'm doing at all.
So that's good to hear. How about any regrets?
My only regret is that I didn't listen to my intuition early on. I wanted to jump in and start doing a bunch of things, and I was talked out of it. And I literally let other people talk me out of it because they had been in the business much longer than me. And I thought, I made the assumption that years equaled experience, and that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, that's not necessarily true for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What about things you would have done sooner?
Oh, I would have absolutely changed brokers sooner.
We're glad for that.
I would have changed brokers sooner. I would have. I had no idea. I was so intently loyal. I still am. That's just one of my traits.
Right.
People have to do really, really bad things for me to say I've had enough. But I outgrew the brokerage. 6 months into it, I cannot be the most experienced person who's getting calls.
Right.
And now looking back, 2020 is always hindsight, right? Hindsight 2020. And so looking back, I thought to myself, there was a lot of signs. And my husband, who also, his name is Mark as well, he said to me, Sue, what are you doing? Early on, what are you doing? Why are you sticking around? And I said, but they need me. And I did learn a lot. I absolutely learned a lot. And my broker did, start doing lead generation towards the end of my stay with her, and I was just killing it. So.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. Well, what an amazing story. And I know the audience is going to get some great value and benefit from that. And hopefully a couple of referrals here from either Dallas or El Paso or San Antonio to you in the Austin market. I know we have a number of investors all around Texas and all around the United States, looking to buy investment properties. And obviously you'd be a great choice for them.
Well, and Mark, I really am such a cheerleader for all agents, and JPAR's got really a cohesive group of people and some very, very, very talented people. Every chance I get, I tell them, buy real estate, don't just sell it. Because at some point, they need to start thinking about their wealth too. So the agents in Austin know that I am the investor agent, and they know because I'm always giving them lectures on making sure that they spend some of their talent on themselves.
For sure. Well, that's a great tip of the day, and so grateful for you joining us today. Any last words of wisdom for the audience before we wrap up?
So you have to, I said this at the refuel rally, you have to make the decision to be successful. And to follow that up, I would say whatever it is you believe, you're right. So whatever it is you believe, you're right. And when I have agents come to me and they say, I'm terrible at leads, well, they're going to be right. They're absolutely going to be right. So those would be my words of wisdom.
Yeah, go figure out what you're good at and stay in your lane, is I think what you're saying.
Yep, exactly.
All right. Well, I appreciate you so much. So grateful, and look forward to seeing you in Austin soon. And we'll see you on another episode of Success Superstars real soon.